at the field with the Fortec. Oh, I always keep wanting to call it a Fortec. This is the Foresight. Getting ready to put this up. We do have a pretty crossed wind, probably 10 miles an hour or so. But I don't think this thing should be a aircraft that I should worry about in this. It might be a little bit hard to land. Hopefully I don't damage it because I need to sell it. So here we go. So this is my size reference for this Fortec. Dang, Foresight. I keep wanting to call it a Fortec. I've sold so many years of that Fortec car that I just automatically want to say Fortec. But this is the Foresight. That's what it looks like. Hopefully I don't crash it because these things don't crash well. Know that if you're thinking about buying one, you crash these and they kind of crack all up, and especially these gear. I covered that in the put together video. If you hit the gear while doing crazy tricks, it's gonna bust out the whole circle where the gear came from and be pretty raggedy looking, and you gotta do a bunch of gluing and such, but don't do that. I did it already for you. Yep, going into the wind. It definitely flies like I thought it would. The gusting winds are not the greatest thing, but it's flying. Hard to turn around even. It almost reminds me of the flight envelope I had with the biplane just recently, the S5E. Kind of feels and flies like it, but I would say a lot more floatier. And that's your safe mode, full bank angle and a turn. When you're flying these in safe mode compared to like other birds, be prepared to use a lot of rudder, because without rudder, these don't turn well. So I would say you could fly this as a first bird. This is the 3S. The 850 batteries that they recommend on the 30C, you know, not the super powerhouse, but I feel like it's enough to do whatever this needs to do. So, all right, that's enough going back and forth. Let's see if I can flip it off. I flipped it off safe without thinking about it when I first powered it up. The aircraft might be pulling up slightly. All right, not pulling up anymore. So let's see what she rolls like. Yeah, rolls like you think it would. Let's see if it will tumble. The cameraman, which is Mr. Pauly, is crazy about aircraft that can tumble. Yeah, this isn't a real great tumbler. It doesn't just flip over in one spot like you. Maybe I don't know the recipe either. But it doesn't just tumble in one spot like you'd like it to, or like he likes it to. Let's see if I can hover it. That's gonna be the next thing. I'm never good at this, so you guys already know. Then it's windy and it's kind of hard to fight. Let's see if I can figure it out though. Yeah. Yeah, definitely not like my flat foamies. I clicked into safe and I'm gonna come around because I am getting some ESC voltages and the aircraft seems to just keep on trying to climb when I'm going against the wind. It's just way too much wind for something like this to fly fun, because of course it's flying sideways right now. I guess you could tell that by the window. I mean, the wind is coming across like that. Let's see if I can get it in and not crash it. Yeah, it's crazy uncomfortable to fly with the gusts, but it does fly well without them, because it wasn't gusting when I first started out, and since then it started gusting quite a bit. So my object, I didn't take the gear off, which I talked about, so I'm trying to just put it down as softly as possible without hitting the gear, which I was unsuccessful with that pass. I'm gonna come around again. Let's see if I can get it to touch. I don't want to land in the grass because that will probably be a bad landing and break something. So let's see if I can touch it as softly as possible on this runway without grass in it, which, man, it doesn't want to go that way. Man, the wind totally turned it as soon as I landed on the ground. So that's one decent flight, not the best. All right, we're gonna do our surface checks. He knows where his safe is, which he's probably never gonna use it, so he's already turned it off. I see by the throws on the aircraft. We're not even gonna try to take off traditionally down the runway because the wind is coming straight in our faces pretty hard. So it doesn't seem like it even have wheels on it. It's like grinding, but yeah, it's that there's no wheel in the back, obviously. So yeah, that's how it is. So here we go. There you go. Looks like it's a little heavy. It's flopping all around, huh? It's definitely something that you could hover, I think, from the little flight I did have, but you're gonna have to get used to it. Like I do it with my little flat twisted model all the time, and I don't have to think about it as much as I do with this one. So I can feel the weight of it, perhaps, or maybe it's in my mind. Yeah, there you go. That's nice. If it's all the way to you? Oh. Oh, that's the AS3X? I didn't think about it. I could turn that off. This bird just came with the setup file in it, so I didn't change anything, but I could definitely turn it where it's completely off in that up position. It rolls real stable and nice, though. I like the rolls on it. There you go. So like some of the kind of stuff that you'd want to do with a plane like this, you know, just crazy acrobatics, flipping, tumbling, all of that stuff. That's what you want when you buy one of these. So pay no attention to the actual Maiden, my flight. This is more like what people who buy it are going to want to do. How does it fly upside down?
Oh, inside, yeah. Well, it's more stable, I guess. Yeah, it's just more stable. Yeah, no wiggle.
Well, is it fun though?
Need a little time, yeah. Need to learn it a little bit.
Learn it a little bit, get used to the characteristics of it, because it's kind of
Wagging pretty good, you know.
Definitely in the wind, it just kind of floats there. And you definitely tell a difference compared to the, what is the other one? The exact same model as this. I can't think of it right now, but anyway. This is the Foresight. The other one is called the Extra, or not the Extra, the Erratix. Yeah, this definitely doesn't fly like the Erratix. So if you're thinking they're exactly the same, I would say they're not. It floats differently. Obviously with two wings, yeah, that makes sense.
slow.
The gusting stopped a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't ever settle down.
It wags pretty good.
There we go. Even though the wind's blowing it towards us, he counteracted that, but it's coming back pretty quickly. So that's a good look at the capabilities of your foresight. And the ES3X is actually on in position 3. I got to turn that off because some of that wiggling that you're seeing is because the ES3X is trying to completely stop it from going back and forth. And in the process, fighting against the pilot, realistically.
Safe mode.
All right, some safe on for the first time in this flight.
Oh no, she's fighting it.
Yeah.
She's fighting it. She's crabbing.
Yeah. Definitely crabs really bad trying to come in for a landing. And you give it more power and it just lifts. Perfect.
That's full right and she go left.
Full right and she went left. All right, folks, that's a look at the Foresight. A good maiden flight, a good pro flight, Mr. Pauly. I don't know, maybe I'll wait until a day when it's not so windy and try and put it up again. It is for sale, so if somebody buys it before then, oh well, you guys got a chance to look at it. That's all I really needed for this video. Thanks for watching. All right, folks, we got the Foresight again. I originally did the first videos, and I'm gonna put those at the beginning of this, but I'm gonna do another one on a day. It's still crosswind. It's a little bit better day though. The other day was just ridiculous. Myself and the expert pilot had trouble getting this thing to land good because the wind was just gusting it too bad. It was dipping and all that stuff. So we're gonna give you another flight without that. Then I'm gonna probably give you a couple on here. Just probably not too much talking. Just fly it, land it, and let you see how it takes off, lands, and you know any other stuff.
Go.
Trying to get you some close-ups of the bird in its flight characteristics as we're backing up to the safety area at the field. Yeah, so that's how it kind of flies. You can kind of see the knife edge with it all you want, really. It's very smooth with that. Yeah. All right. Click it off safe. It does all that kind of stuff really good. I think it flies way different than the Erratix when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like it's so much more controlling and slow that I feel comfortable with it. Like I don't have any issues flying this at all. Throttle is a little bit, you know, I don't know, I would say weird to me, but it's only because I'm not used to this bird, and when I do get to that point, I'm sure it'll be like second nature on throttling it. I don't do too many tricks. Y'all know my skill level. Let's see if I can do a tumble. Yeah, it'll tumble a little bit better than it did in that windy day, but you know, people like to tumble where you just hit it and it automatically like flops into it. I think the more I try it, the better it's getting on that. Let's see if we can do some kind of something that resembles a hover. Super high up, of course. Scared to do it with this bird because I don't want to crash it because it is for sale. As I covered, I have to sell some of these birds because I cannot afford to doing these reviews Oh yeah, it's better than the erratic when it comes to this, folks. I can't even get that kind of hover with an erratic most of the time. So yeah, this is outclassing the erratic when it comes to, whoa, I got kind of spooked because I was going into somebody else's airspace while I'm yapping and talking to you guys. So I'm actually gonna walk a little bit further down and get away from him and don't mess with his airspace. The wind is kind of coming towards me. I'm gonna try to get this thing turned around and see if I can get where y'all can see it a little bit better. Oh, so much better than the erratic. Oh my goodness, this bird is way better than the erratic. Look at that. I can't even do it for half this amount of time with the erratic, and I feel like the more I would practice this, that wing wobbling, it was doing that with the Pro, so that's not exactly me. That's probably the AS3X that I could probably turn off. So I finally just stopped, but this bird hovers well. That's hands off, folks. So you can count on it. Like, that's safe mode off, by the way. I'm going to click into safe mode and try to get a nice gentle landing and hand it off to Mr. Larry. You guys know him well. The cameraman for the shoot. And I'm very nervous with this landing because I just don't want to hurt this bird. So I'm probably gonna nitpick on it and make a few passes to get it just where I want it, especially because I'm trying to give somebody some airspace down at the end. Because I would usually go like past the runway before I start my descent. And I do believe this will land on grass. You know what? I landed it the other day on the runway, so y'all were able to see that. Let me try, and I hope I don't mess nothing up doing it. Now, by the way, that's full speed. I'm gonna kind of come in and let you guys see a grass landing, because I was very surprised when I was at another field and a guy had an erratic and he was landing that thing at a grass field with the erratic, so no problem with that. Yeah, no problem landing on grass. Get that battery switched out and get the next pilot up. All right, we got Mr. Larry on the sticks with the Foresight. So you are just like myself in erratic. Well, I had to give up my erratic, but you still have yours. You're an erratic owner. You've put hundreds of flights on the erratic. Let us know, I guess you got to go through the motions a little bit, but let us know what you think compared to the erratic. I think it's totally different. I didn't think it would be this different, but in my opinion, it's totally different. And it rolls so much. I don't know, the erratic is fast, I wish we had one out here. Look at there. First time touching it, look at there, hovering it, no problem. So it's definitely good. Oh yeah, Mr. Larry's big on anything flying upside down. I usually don't put much stock in it at all, but he loves it. So there you go. The Foresight upside down flight.
It's flying like a biplane.
Yeah, it's got that biplane feel.
It's way more agile and softer.
The movements. It just feels like it's more comfortable to fly. Hmm?
Got a full battery?
Yeah. I probably didn't reset the timer though. That's what it's. So you're probably looking at some weird time. So just, you know, it's got the telemetry. So when she starts yapping too much about the battery voltage, then you know it's low.
She just flew. The wind must be coming towards us.
Yeah, to my back. Yep, you're going right. Is it better than the Fortec? I mean,
Yeah, I think it even flies like the wing is more easy to.
it feels like it's more like a twisted plane than it does.
Oh, oh.
Oh man, don't scrape the wings. I gotta sell this thing. All right, man. Back up. Somebody coming out. Oh, that's Paulie. Yeah, you might as well let him have the feel. Yeah, it's crazy. That rudder is crazy. You're going with the wind though, but came in nice. Alrighty. No, you can't turn. Any kind of wind, and you're not turned on the ground like talking about.
I'm interested. I just want to see it fly, you know.
All right, folks, I'm gonna take the foresight out one more time. I wasn't gonna take a chance at damaging it because I wanted it to be pristine for the new buyer, so I wasn't. But a potential buyer came up, so I was like, all right, He said he wanted to see it fly first, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a off from grass just to show anybody who's interested. You could see our kind of messy, kind of clover leaf, kind of mixture of grass. So nothing perfect, but I'll show you it can take off. Well, I don't know if it will. Let's see. Yeah, it took right off from grass, no problem. Yeah, it flies. You can knife edge all day with this without even trying, like talking about it. I don't know what else I can say, Might as well just be quiet. See, and I'm not even good. That's crazy. All right, so, do you want to fly it? Only if you crash, you buy. I can hand it off to you if you want.
That's a given, huh?
You want to hand it off? You sure?
See what we got here. Yeah, that's definitely safe.
A little bit too much power, perhaps. You want it off safe?
Yeah, see, I'm trying to turn and it's trying to go straight.
Because you got to use rudder. When you're with a 3D bird, you have to use rudder.
It ain't climbing.
A little more power.
It ain't doing nothing. That's why I say safe is fighting me.
Yeah, well, you probably just want to take it and put a regular receiver in it. So I can cut it off, but you got to.
I'll let it go and it comes straight back.
Yeah, so all right.
But I'm trying to get it to come back, and then, like you say, you got to feed rudder because it's safe. I don't like that.
So I'm going to turn it off if you ever get straight. You got to leave it level. Leave it level? All right. All right, now it's off.
Oh, yeah, big difference. All right, let's see. So you and me, we fly different ways, you know?
Everybody flies different.
Yeah.
A little front flip.
Yep, that was nice.
Look like Mikey likes it.
Well,
I
what you
like
think?
it, but see, and that's a little underpowered, but it's just, you know, with that safe on there,
Safe's off.
it fights. You know, I don't like a plane that fights. When I turn, I want to turn.
Well, I totally disagree, and I'm glad we can do this on video. Hopefully the audio is good enough. But if you're self-leveling, that's not called fighting. That is self-leveling. So if you let go of the sticks, it's going to level the plane for a person who doesn't want to lose orientation. So fighting it would be pulling it in the other direction, which is not. But if you wanted to turn it off, you click the switch and get where you want to get. And then if you run into trouble, you click it on. That is the purpose of safe, is to save you.
Yeah.
It's the wind coming from that way, so you got the rudder into that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely a rudder type plane.
Yeah, I find like all of my foamies are like that. They'd
Fine.
rather turn rudder than anything else.
Yeah.
It's flying like a
It's got
kite.
the throws, but
I like the way it rock like that. That's cool.
yeah, it's like it's knife edging on its own.
Because of the wind. That's the way the wind coming in at that angle. You going on a runway or you come right here in front of us?
Let's see if I can hit the guy standing in front of me. Wants to climb.
Yeah, it's lightweight and you're going into the wind.
I'll let you take it back. I mean, it does all right. It's you know.
All right, you gonna hand it off?
You get it turned back around. All right. It's all yours. I have to get used to the landing now. It might be trimmed a little up or something. Either that or we are kind of fighting the wind.
Yeah, you know, the wind coming right in our face. And crossing, which is making the birds nose into it. All right, folks.
That was good.
The Foresight, I can't say anything bad about it. I really want it. I wish I could keep it. That's all I gotta say.